So in today's video, I got to explore the city of Bratislava, Slovakia, which is the capital of the country. And I did a walking tour, but before that I went to the Capuchin Monastery and kind of looked around there, had breakfast, tried a bit of food. Then I went and walked up to the Bratislava castle, which was really cool. They had a museum inside the castle, and I kind of explored the grounds of the castle before then. Got to take in all the views of the city and the river, the Danube River. And then after I did the Bratislava Castle, I went and saw that. I went to do a walking tour of the city that kind of discussed the World War II and communist period of Slovakia. So I got to learn about that period of history as well. So I really got to enjoy seeing like a lot of the stuff that was built during that period, the monuments and things that were put up and torn down, and all the history that occurred during that time that still kind of shaped the modern country of Slovakia today. I hope you enjoy today's video, and I'd really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe to my series. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, so today I am on the streets of Bratislava, Slovakia, and my tour is not till this afternoon, so I'm just gonna have breakfast and do a little bit of self-guided exploration. So it should be pretty interesting. It's such a cool scene right there. Look at that. I love the trams here. Wish Albuquerque had a tram. That'd be so cool. Alright, so I'm having some shakshuka style eggs for breakfast. It's like a North African, Middle Eastern type of breakfast dish. So pretty good. Ooh, that was good. Like hit the spot. Had like lots of tomato, eggs, just like some avocados. Nice little meal there. But man, it is boiling hot today, and I like misplaced or possibly lost my sunglasses. Most likely lost my sunglasses. So, and then I couldn't find like a hair tie, so I had to go back to my hotel room and get that sorted. But man, I am really not enjoying this heat here today. Having to go through like a workway. It's like they're working us like underground passage here. I guess they're cleaning up all the graffiti and stuff. Oops, almost fell there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess they're gonna move all this graffiti here. Alright, so I'm back at this church. I looked up, this is supposedly like a monument to the people who died during the Black Plague, so that's kind of sad. I don't know if this place is open. I'll check it out. I didn't have to look up the name of the church. Right here. Coastal Cluster Capuchinov. Capuchinov. Yeah, it's a pretty modest sized church. I think it might be a little bit smaller than the church in Socorro, San Miguel. But yeah, it definitely looks authentic for the age or the time, I guess. Alright, I'm making my way to the castle now. There's an old wall there. Old fortress, I guess. Oh, there's a UFO they're talking about. I guess it gives you like a good view of the city. I think I'm mainly going up there to check out the view from the fortress. Alright, so I made it to the bottom bit of the fortress here, the castle. So I'm gonna head up there now. Oh, you can actually park in here. It's kind of sad. Alright, I am going through the gates here. Some sort of government building. There's the castle here. It's actually pretty impressive from this point, looking at it from here. Ooh. Alright, time to go in. These glasses are so ridiculous. They're my temporary sunglasses. Hopefully I'll be able to recover my other ones. Otherwise I have to wait till I get back home to get some nice gooders. There's the entrance here. Alright, I'm on top of the fortress here. I think just over that hill is Austria. If you look far enough south in the distance is Hungary. So we're pretty close to the tri-point border where those three countries meet. But this is the river Danube here, which is navigable by like a lot of barge traffic. It's pretty incredible though, seeing all this. Here, this is what the castle looks like behind me. Yeah, I'm gonna soak in these views. Check out another view of the UFO there. So cool. Costs quite a bit to go up there. I think it's at least like 10 euros or something. I don't know. I just don't think it's really that worth it. Get just a good view up here, you know. Alright, trying to go get another view of the city here. Some old ruins here. Yeah, you can see down there, that's where I'm staying, like way past that little blue top there. A little bit there. You know, these statues of these saints are like really tall, super skinny. They almost look like aliens or something. They do like work down there, but check out the fortress. Castle, I don't know what to call it, fortress or castle. That's a cool sight too here. I'm hide in the shade for a minute. It's so hot today. Oh my god, I'm like sweating. God, it's so nice to be in the shade, but once I leave, it's like bleh. But I was trying to see other museums because I heard this museum's not the best, but might be the only one open today because it's a Monday for some reason. Like some of the cities, the museums close up on Sundays and Mondays. So yeah, I'm just gonna check out this museum. So this is the only one we're getting today. This museum probably is Fatupluk. Must be a Slovak national hero. I need to do some research on this individual. So I'm headed in now. Okay, now I'm in the museum. Just checking out all the different items they have here. I don't know if anything's in English. Let me see. Oh, there I am. Oh, there you go. Sugar bowls. Yeah, so talking all the different types of sugar bowls and stuff. Not not the most interesting, honestly. Oh wow. So supposedly this had like been attacked during the Napoleonic era, so early 1800s, when the city was called Pressburg under the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and basically lay in ruins up until like I guess they started restoring it whenever the communist government Czechoslovakia took over, and Yeah, it looks like this now. So it's been restored. I don't know where they got these items from. So a lot of this stuff was made in Slovakia or Czechoslovakia at the time, I guess, during the communist period. These items. Sandrick. So the company's called Sandrick. I mean, it's nice looking stuff. It's nothing to sneeze at. It feels like I'm in a commercial for like communist cutlery or something. I'm like, look at, we restored this castle so you could see our famous goods. It's a pretty good sized square. Museum entry. They've entered. Oh, that's so cute. This is a good way to teach kids how these things were built. So you can see where we are here. Slovakia. There's Austria. There's Hungary down there. So we're like right at the border tri-point area here. There's like the complex here. So we're like right there. I was kind of hanging out here. There's a bunch of trees there. And I like walked in all the way around through there. You can see the symbol Slovakia on the flag there. There's a machine gun here. It's a Maxim. It's water cooled. So you put like water in it right there. You like all these weapons here. Yeah, I guess these are all the different weapons during different time periods. It's during the Soviet. It's when the Russians came in. It's kind of crazy. It's all the different weapons. Oh, wow, this is cool. Gold. Better not tell Donald Trump about this place. I want it back. I want to take it. I don't know. After a second, it's like, oh, super tacky. But it kind of hits you like that first moment. You're like, wow, and then it's kind of done for. All right, I am in. It was like a knockoff of Mar-a-Lago or the White House, I guess. It's kind of tacky. Wow. Yeah, what is it with this like gold design? It's just, oh my god, this is weird. I've never seen something like this. I guess it didn't fit in the room, so they kind of put it tilted on the side. And there's like a platform to look at it. That's crazy. Oh wow, that's spooky. It's like the devil. Look at that. If you look closely at these, there's like stories in all of them. Oh, there you go. There's the story there. It's like a chapel. Oh wow, that's crazy. Some chimney. So the country became independent in '93, split from the Czech Republic. It's the recognition from the Spanish government there. And the Pope. It's crazy. Monaco. the Danube. It's kind of amazing to think that this place was in ruins just a few decades ago. Joseph Plechnik. It's a lot. Jeez. Imagine designing all this stuff. That's like amazing. Some more works by architect Plechnik. candle holder? Guess so. Oh, doesn't have like a placard explaining. Plechnik House. I thought I recognized this guy's name, Plechnik, Ljubljana. He's the one that did all these great ideas and made Ljubljana the cool city it is. So strange. So like items from this area. Crazy. Wow, this is crazy. It's like pots. There's different coins here. Chainmail. That's cool. I'm on the top of the tower here. See what it looks like. Whew. There we go. See the Danube. guess I should have went in one of the other towers, probably a better view. Let's see what it looks like over there. Oh wow. Yeah, the city's like really hilly. Look at that. And here's one last one because I gotta get going. Out west is Austria, past those hills. Right, that was a cool visit. I'm headed back to the main part of town to do my walking tour. So, doing a walking tour in this heat is kind of much. It's just like, ugh. I'm almost there though. Just walked down from the castle, which is more interesting than I expected, honestly. The bartender last night was telling me it was not that great, but I think it has got its value. I was kind of pricey. It was about 14. There's some questionable designs with the gold and white. I don't know. It's giving me some like Trump vibes in there, but some of the exhibits were pretty interesting and the views are good. So definitely cool to see. That little metal ball stuck inside the building is a cannonball from Napoleon. So I guess they've identified 12 of them throughout the city. So if you got a free day in Bratislava and you want to do like a little, little Easter egg hunt, there's a way for the 12 Napoleonic balls. Yeah, so since like World War II, Slovakia was either like a part of Czechoslovakia, of course, except during World War II, where it's its own like little Axis puppet state, I suppose. And then until 1993, but it was just like always controlled by either local Slovaks or Czechoslovak people. There was no military occupation of this country, like Slovakia in particular. The Czech part was occupied by the Germans, but Slovakia was administered by its own people during that time. Wow, check that out. That's so cool. Gallery here. So the guide was kind of talking about what was happening in Slovakia during World War II. And during that time period, Czechoslovakia got split up. Basically, the Germans took the Czech part, and Slovakia kind of got its independence under a dictator. He's a Catholic priest named Joseph Tiso. So, yeah, he was basically in charge of a party that nobody really voted for, kind of a puppet government, essentially. And yeah, just kind of terrorized the country. Man, I had to really go to the bathroom, so I might have lost my tour again. So, man, I'm not doing too good on these things. All right, good. I found the tour again. It's missed like a 15-minute chunk, so I hope it wasn't too important. This is like an interesting little spot here. Nice potato. I'm gonna try some of this after the tour. My little bathroom break, I missed the whole spiel on Stalin Square becoming Lenin Square, but he said like his grandmother grew up during like World War II, and one of the squares is called Hitler Square. So they've been influenced by a lot of the big warring powers in the area. So this is a synagogue, the main synagogue here in the city. Roughly 70,000 Jews lived in Bratislava before World War II, and they were removed by the government and handed to the Germans to be executed in Poland, essentially. It's pretty terrible. There's a placard in there. I'll attach it to the video too. Individual Aaron Grunhut is a Slovakian version of Oskar Schindler. He saved a bunch of like about 3,000 Jews from being sent to the camps. This neighborhood has a ton of graffiti. It's actually pretty close to my hostel, the place I'm staying. These are the old military barracks for the Czechoslovak army, but they're used by other militaries before, such as Austro-Hungarians, and I think during World War II, the Slovaks and Germans. It's pretty cool at the university here in Bratislava. It's an interesting mural. modern building. I saw this from a distance. I thought it was Karl Marx, but it's actually Mendeleev. So you notice all the different table of elements around him. It's kind of cool picture though. All right. Yeah, we're just like learning what happened after World War II, and I guess like their dictator Tiso tried to hide out in Germany. Yeah, was trying to hide out in a monastery, and Americans captured him. He was tried in Nuremberg, but they sent him back here, and he's put on trial here and executed. So he actually got some, well, I don't know, killing. I don't think killing just the dictator solves all the problems, but it's just small justice in a horribly unjust world, I guess. Weird shaped building. Not this one, but the other one behind it. It's strange, it's like a reverse pyramid. Strange triangle building was built for the state radio in Czechoslovakia, so it serviced the Slovak part of the country. And it's still serving that purpose, so it's built for like the radio. It says television on it, but I guess they're located in a different part, like a different building, but this is for like radio, and it's built in a upside down pyramid. It's actually kind of an ingenious design because it actually allows for natural blocking of outside noise, and it's actually really like efficient as far as energy goes too, so it kills two birds, one stone. It stays cool in the summer, warm in the winter, because like natural sunlight hits it, and it's designed for the winter sunlight to hit it perfectly. And yeah, just a very functional building, even though it kind of looks kooky and some people think it's kind of ugly, but I don't know, I think it looks cool. So the building took about 20 years to construct. They started in 67, it's completed at the end of 87, so yeah, it was like a little over like 21 years almost, if you count toward the end of 87. So but cool building, still in use today, still serving the purpose it was built for. So water fountain there, looks pretty cool. Memorial to the uprising in 89, which has kind of toppled all the communist regimes in this part of Europe, and eventually tore apart the Soviet Union, collapsing communism in Europe. 1968, there was a democratic uprising in Prague. It started in Prague, but it was throughout all Czechoslovakia. You can see up there, they're trying to overthrow the communist government, install a democratic government. So the USSR and the Warsaw Pact nations invaded, and you can see some of the bullet holes from there. This is one of the university buildings. They said they had an illegal radio and they're trying to reach out to the west. And they didn't succeed ultimately. And the democratic uprising was put down by Soviet intervention. All right, so I'm gonna head out and get some dumplings, but I just completed my walking tour, kind of learned about the history of Slovakia from basically World War II through the communist period to today, and what life is like today, and how that turbulent time kind of changed things. And yeah, our guide kind of went through, even his family talked about certain parts of his family were actually like loyal soldiers to the regime, and some of them were like Democrats who were persecuted, so it kind of has people that were from both sides, you know. It's kind of interesting perspective. All right, so I'm walking by the Slovakian White House. Here's the presidential palace. It's a nice big building here. And it has a pretty cool fountain next to it too, so if you see there next to me. Cool building. I don't know. So here we are. I am trying the potato dumplings and the poppy seed dumplings. So it's a savory sweet mix. I'm here at this little hole in the wall restaurant in like a little hallway thing. So I'm gonna try this out now. All right, that was super dense. I'm gonna take it home as like either midnight snack, breakfast, or probably both. But no, it was good. Dumplings. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up today's video. I did a little walking tour at the end of the day, but before that I visited church, kind of walked around, and I went to the like fortress that overlooks the city. Checked out the museum that was in there. Had like displays of a ton of different things. So plus you got a like great overlook of the city and the river. But learned a lot about like the history of the country from like World War II to the communist period to like modern times. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow.